Hi there traders. So I'm gonna make a new playlist in that YouTube channel when I'm gonna talk about purely on the trades, like yesterday I make the VT sell, and it's a good notebook material, because we literally talk about the real trades. It's a good information to put in a notebook and start looking the similar things if you're fronting with the opportunity to take the long or to take the sell. So for me, we have this nice sell here. Yesterday was entry, today was take profits. So when I'm gonna a little bit zoom out, so I see this pattern what we formed previously. We have this squeezing pattern and it was squeezing up here, so I make this line inside here. So above this one I'm gonna look longs, and below this one I'm looking the sell opportunities. But let's see what was happening the last week. What was happening last week. So when we're gonna zoom in here, so we have here nice breaking structure but no retest. So what is the principle of this zone? The rejection. The principle is retest and going back to that zone, because this zone I have already here taken down, because soon as when we break that zone, this is gonna be the first zone where the price want to go. So now we see this structure downsides, found some energy, we found some rejection zone, what was from here, price break lower, price get back, rejected, price is exactly the same place, and now the price was going back to make the retest. You see this principle? Break, retest, back that zone. But here we have a nice impulse break but no retest, and now the price was going back to retest. So, and the other principle what we have, like I said before, so when the price is above it, we're gonna break it, retest it and going higher. But clearly right now what we're gonna see is, that's the strong rejection. That's a strong rejection. We have the impulse candlestick with Doji and another strong impulse candlestick. But in that time already we create that zone here, because we get rejected, rejected and rejected. So that's the you can call it minor or major zone inside between this zone and this rejection area. And at the same time we have this kind of, we make this definitely we make this trend line here. I'm not quite sure about this one here, because we try to form something, but the price is very choppy in those areas. Like we're gonna go lower, straight up, we're gonna go lower, straight up, and now ding 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 ding, and back down. And now we're definitely gonna retest the trend line again, we're gonna retest the rejection zone again, and then we're gonna retest this level of holder again. So in that point, I'm how to say, pretty okay, we have two huge rejections. We break the trend line and we respect it, and we respect the rejection zone, and same time we respect the level of holders, the principles. And now what was happening, the price is breaking all these lows here. Ooh. Price was breaking all those lows, and now price is much lower, the major lows. And now we have the new zone, so we can use the same zone, and now I have the new lever holder here. So now the price is between those zones, and the same thing, the same principle is, if the price is gonna go higher, so that we have only one opportunity, one place to go is this place here. We're gonna break, retest, going here, retest and going higher. That's the only opportunity when the prices wanna go higher. Otherwise we gonna retest and going back here, that zone. So when the price was first time here, what was happening? you know, kind of similar, you know, behavior what was previously, like very similar behavior. And if we're gonna look, let's look what kind of trend line we have here. We have something like that, you know, kind of like same thing, you know, like what was here. We break like too much, you know, like we disrespect too much. Same thing here, first time and the second time, disrespect too much, and then we happen exact the same thing what was happening here. But the other thing what I'm noticing, what I like to look is, because you see how this week actually break the lows. So for me is I'm gonna measure this movement, the full extension movement, what start here and what was ending here. So this box here was full movement. That's mean, you know, all this energy what we gathering this place here, you know, this energy, that was the full movement of that energy. And now price get rejected and going back to same place. You know, I'm like, at the same time, like how we break those lows, like strongly. And now the price is back in the same place. So now you're like, so that was the full extension movement. So if price is gonna break now this full extension movement, we have an opportunity to make that movement. And actually in that case, the trend line what we make here, it is actually pretty nicely respected too. Let's have this trend line here. Yeah. So now the price is trending higher to make that principle here. And if I'm gonna put this box now in this zone here. So anyway, what's happened? We have to break this high here of that movement, because we have to show, you know, we have much more energy what we have previously, because, you know, we gathered this energy and that was the full movement, because that zone here was pushing the price back down. That's mean right now this, you know, this bottom is holding. So that's mean whenever the price is back here, we have exactly the same opportunity what was happening here. But only thing what is different, so now this is the second time already. And now the second time the price didn't reach in that area and get rejected heavily already. So what was happening? The principle, we have double retests, and most likely price is in that moment going back to that zone. You know, because we have this, you know, we have this break, first retest and second retest, and now the prices, you know, start going. You know, that was what I see in my head. And if I'm gonna go a little bit more details, you see how this, we have this impulse candlestick, and of course those rejections, same rejection what was here, rejection and break, rejection, and now we have this impulse rejection what was basically all area of inside those trend lines here. You know, we cover full trend lines with one candlestick. I was like, what? Like, that's the strong rejection here. And now we have this W pattern here what we fail. Like if you look in a little bit, you know, details, we have this W pattern. You know, the opportunity was go back to the trend line, retest the trend line, going back above the trend line and going higher, but that didn't happen, so we disrespect that principle and we break in the lows. In meantime, we create this level holder here because of that's you know, impression here. Then we leaning, retests and holding, because we see this wick what's going above, and now we break it, and same times we break lower, and now we break it again, same times we break lower, and now we have this huge impulse candlestick what close under all this structure. So in that point, at that point I was okay, I'm gonna wait the retest back to the level of holder. I'm gonna put my stop loss this week high, and my day profit is this level here, and my day profit is this. Man, that was it. So the other thing what people have to understand, traders, is when you open the trading view, you have no idea what's going on, you know, in the first place. But that's how you have to keep your mind, because if you opening and you are like, oh, it's looks like it's gonna go long, because soon as when you say that looks like it's gonna go long, you start looking for longs. Like I know that. That's why what I'm doing is I'm literally looking for opportunities. You know, the opportunity was here to break higher, but we fail it. Same thing here, we fail it. Now we are much more lower. Like I said when I start here, above here, what? Longs, below here, shorts. And price was disrespecting the principle to go higher every single time when we have opportunity. You know, first time, second time, third time, and fourth time. And what was happening every single time? Breaking the lows, breaking the lows, breaking the major lows, and breaking the lows. Every single time. You know, like when I'm opening the trading view, I'm just looking at the information and what was the opportunities, what we disrespect and what we respect, because through that you have, like, anyway, what's gonna happen, you have 50-50, 50% long, 50% short. But now if you see those disrespecting principles, you know, one side is starting, you know, building bigger, you know, like in that case short was building every single principle, you know, like disrespect the sell opportunity in my head going bigger, disrespect the sell opportunity in my head going bigger, and the long opportunity going smaller and smaller, because only what we're gonna do, we disrespect and breaking the lows, we disrespect breaking the lows. Every single time when we have opportunity to go higher, price just fail miserably. And that's just, you know, that's what those candlesticks shows to you, you know, like straight clearly. And that was trade. 12.8 risk reward ratio in GJ. Absolutely beautiful. Like back in the days, when I was trading British pound and Japanese yen, it was one of my main pairs back in the days, the forex pair. Yep. Yeah, actually, yeah. I was trading a little bit Euro USD, but then I was going to the GJ because GJ respecting much more, you know, those principles what is in my head, you know, my lifestyle principles. And that was beautiful trade here, and that's why I take that trade. But yeah, I'm gonna make the new sector in YouTube just for purely trades, because, you know, it's a perfect opportunity to actually train the muscle memory, because market is doing those movements every single day. You know, those happen every single day, those movements. So if you have any question, leave me in the comments, and I'm gonna share the link in my Discord in the down, and then any single one can join there. I thank you every single one, and I'm gonna see you in the next video. Ciao.